Coming through with the strength in you. Dun 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 dun. Coming through with the strength in you. Hey boo. Hey, coming through with the strength in you. What it do, what it do. Coming through with the strength in you. You made it. Good job. Strength in you. Coming through. Strength in you. Coming through. Hey boo. Look, I was over here getting it this morning. Happy Monday. Hey, y'all. Happy Monday. Before I even get into it, I'm always excited, first of all, because that song always gets me ready. But we're going to bring our king in on the scene. That's what we're going to do first and foremost before I even tell y'all about my excitement and why I'm excited.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Junior. I know. I'm like Ghost. My back.
Good morning, King Wisdom. How you doing, Sugarfoot?
I'm doing good. Happy Martin Luther King Day, Junior, to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. MLK Day. Yes, yes, yes. We're
But
gonna
I'm doing good. I was under like a little depression during the holidays, and
okay.
like I was on an antidepressant, and I got off of that, and I feel like myself again. That
Good.
antidepressant like takes a lot out of you for sure.
It does. I'm
How
glad
you doing?
you see me. I'm always good. I can't never complain. I'm here, blessed by the best. So, but I feel you on them antidepressants. So I'm glad that you found yourself again and you getting back to who you are and the things you enjoy, because those things will definitely steal your mood, your joy, your spirit, your everything. So
Yeah, I wasn't even playing like the things I like doing. I love my video games. I wasn't playing video games. I wasn't doing nothing that I'm having fun.
right.
And ever since I stopped doing that, like I got back on my video games. Like I got back on my schedule. I haven't been working out because I'm a little fatty, but I'll get back to it.
I feel that. I'm with it because I ain't even been working out like I'm supposed to, but it happens like that sometime. And I think
Yeah,
it has a lot to do with the weather for me, because when it's cold, my body hurts more. So I'm not really motivated to be like, let's go work out.
yeah.
But I'm trying to get back into it because I noticed that my body is changing because I'm not working out like I used to. So I'm gonna get back into that. But other than that, things are beautiful and we here. So we're gonna
Yes, we
talk
are.
about MLK and the fact that he had a dream and it was with peace and all that goodness. But before we get into it, we got our beautiful word of the day. That is about to be so funny because this word I have no idea how to say. Let me let you give it a shot. What you think?
Rod Kizonent.
I'm gonna go with what you said.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm just spelling it out.
Yeah, we're gonna
Like when
figure
you
it
were
out.
little and the teacher would ask you, spell it out. That's what I did right now.
We about to let this thing tell us what it means because we don't know how to say it, or do we know what it means? Okay, so here we go. I think I got this together. I'm figuring it out, y'all. I think. Don't judge me. Oh, I did figure it out. Smart. Yay. Okay. Got it. Okay, here we go. By looking at the the pronouncing thing, whatever it's called. Ron
I was right.
Kissnet. Yep. You look like you was. Look.
Ron Kissinen.
Ron
Oh,
Kissnet.
I was close.
Ron Kissinen.
Yeah, Ron
That's
Kissnet. You was very close because I didn't know what the hell. It's an adjective. So let's see what this word means. Oh, making a snorting noise.
I
So
do that all the time.
that so you wrong kissing it.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got. Some sentences. Emerging from the dusty barn, John cleared his throat with a loud ron kissing it noise. Whatever, that's so extra.
Yeah.
Raccoons can be surprisingly racissonant with their pig-like snorts. Okay,
Really.
I didn't know that, so that was actually good.
I learn something new every day.
Absolutely. So it's your turn. Your turn to use it
To
in a
make a
sentence.
sentence,
Uh-huh.
boy, if I don't stop with my recognition noises, I'm gonna go crazy.
I can dig that. Let me see. For me, when I laugh real hard, sometimes I make Ron kissing it noises.
There you go.
Hey, that's dope. I feel smart already.
Calm down, Tiger. Calm down.
Hey, we getting somewhere. That's progress. But
Yeah.
okay. So MLK, what you know about MLK besides the fact that he is black, of course?
Well, yeah. Um, he led the Million Man March. I know
Mhm.
that. He was an activist for equality. Equality. There we go. And human rights. Uh, he was. I believe he was murdered. Uh, by who I don't know, but he was definitely murdered. Uh, yeah, just like a shining example of the type of person you want to be, especially in the black community.
Absolutely, real talk. But I think he was not only an upstanding citizen, but he definitely left us with some things to live by, like you said. And one of those things was having dreams and being able to walk down the street and not have these same issues that we're having in 2023. Can you believe that?
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Like, um, there wasn't a lot of that like racism up north when I was growing up. It wasn't until I moved down south where like I got my first real taste of racism, and I'm like, how are people still this way? And that was years ago. So I can imagine now, in 2023, people are still with that same ideology and that same way of thinking, and it's gross, really.
It is. It's sickening and it's disheartening, and I'm disappointed. And real talk, I think I'm more disappointed in my people than I am other people because of the things that people like MLK, like what he fought for. You know what I'm saying? Like the things he fought for and then how we treat each other is like so baffling to me. And I'm just like, I'm disappointed. Ain't no other word really to use with it. I'm just disappointed. But through it all, we still got dreams. And it's important that we follow them despite the things we go through. So when it comes to like for you, what's your dream?
My dream before I had my stroke was definitely like being a comedian. Like that
Okay.
was my number one driving force. It's changed. I think personally, like since I had the stroke, but I still have my dreams. I think it's very important that you don't let go of that wonderment, that childlike enthusiasm for things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I believe when you stop dreaming and you stop like reaching above your head, right? In a sense, you a piece of you dies, and my dream now is to like help as many people as I possibly can with this stroke thing. Um,
Okay.
I don't know how that plays out, right? But that's definitely my dream. How about you?
That's kind of one of my dreams right now too. Like before my stroke, I wanted to do hair because I've been braiding hair since I was 7. I love hair. Like I was about that life, but I didn't I didn't really think it'd go nowhere if that makes sense. Because of the place that I was in my mind and in my living situations and stuff like that. I wasn't keen on having a future. I didn't think it existed. So now that I feel like I have one and there was a purpose for my stroke, I feel like that's one of my biggest dreams right now is to be the change I want to see. I want to be an advocate for us. And that's why I do these things because it's important for me to not only show that I'm not what happened to me, but we showing other survivors. of all kinds of trauma, but especially stroke. It's so easy for us to just throw in a towel and feel like we can't do nothing. But it's
Yeah.
like that perspective changed for me. And so now my dream is just I want a talk show one day, and it's going to be all around stroke survivors. But I want my SNU Foundation to take flight, and we be able to send stroke survivors to stroke camp. And I want to be able to I want to get a loan and get like a big house, and it'd be like a stroke house. You know how they had the reality shows with
Yeah.
like the Bad Girls Club? I want one like the Stroke Club, and we live together and we just love each other and embrace each other, because I think friendship is one of the things we lose after you go through trauma. Because, well, let me rephrase that. We don't lose friendship. Certain people that we thought were friends have dismissed themselves. And it's a good thing. But when you're going through it, it don't feel like a good thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's important that we have a outlet, resources, and friends we can depend on who won't judge us or have just everything negative to say in life. I just want to, that's my dream, is just to be that light, be joy, because that's the one thing my stroke couldn't take away from me. Everything that I've been through in my life couldn't take my smile. So I'm like, I got to spread it.
Yeah.
But if it weren't for people like MLK, I wouldn't wouldn't have that dream. I think I would have just gave up and been like, there's nothing for me, like I used to think. But when you get older and you really look at what these people have done to get us where we are, then you realize it's more to what's in your face. It's more than self.
Yeah.
So this is huge for me.
And what do you feel like with so besides like your I guess environment, we'll say, what do you think was holding you back from being like a hairdresser?
Lack of motivation, no drive, and not believing in myself, low self esteem. I didn't have confidence in what I could achieve.
And why do you think you like thought that way?
I didn't know no different. Like, my mama was dead at 36. My dad was on drugs. I was taken away from my sisters. So I just wasn't motivated. I think I didn't have that role model. I didn't have that, I don't know, that extra drive. Because although my grandmother would be like pushing me to go to school and stuff like that, nobody was ever like, I believe in you. Nobody was ever like, you can do this. It was always something negative, and it was always what I'm not going to be able to do. And that stuck with me. And that's why I think it's important that we say positive things out of our mouth, because we believe the things we say and the things we hear. If we hear it enough, and if we hear it from those important, figures in our lives. So me hearing certain negative things that I heard from those important figures in my life was like, well, maybe I really ain't gonna be shit, because that's what they told me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it took for me to go through this and kind of reinvent myself to be like, what? I survived the stroke. I
Yeah.
learned how to do this again and that again. And then I started to be like, oh, maybe I could, and maybe I can. And then I started speaking life into myself. And my biggest thing was like, my kids saw me fall, literally. They're going to watch me rise. I refuse for them to keep that picture, that image of me just being down and give up.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh,
what,
sure. My brother has been on this like mental kick
okay.
where he wants to like change the idea of being a Hernandez, right? My last name is Hernandez. And like we grew up culturally poor and not really aspiring to be anything because that's all we knew, right? And he wants to change that idea and that mindset. Like a little example of this was my niece was trying to get something from the top of the fridge, and she was like, "I can't," and she immediately was like resigned to the idea that she couldn't do it, even though if she tried, she could reach. And he kind of like mustered up. He was like, "Oh, you like get that out of your vocabulary. Like you can do it. You just need to try it." And
Mhm.
sure enough, she went up and she tried, and she was able to get what she was looking for. But how many people, don't have that outer voice or somebody else to be like, "Yo, change that mentality." Like
Mhm.
a lot of people get stuck in that, and for a little while I did too. I took this like having a stroke and surviving it as like a second opportunity to like do right with my life and do
Mhm.
right by others and just be a good person, right? And thank God I have the support system and the friends that I do now who are always gonna like call me out my shit. Yo,
Right.
you're not acting like Junior, you're acting like somebody else.
Mhm.
So I just feel for those people who don't have an outlet to express themselves or better themselves. So I think what we're doing and allowing people to dream is a good thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Because without dreams, there's no life. You just going with emotions. It's nothing. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
you want a meaning for it. You don't want to just exist. You really want to live. And in order to do that, you got to have bigger dreams. And then than what we were taught. Because even the stuff we were taught wasn't all right. You know what I mean? But it's up to us to have again a bigger dream for what we want with our households or with our friendships or our any relationships. You know what I mean? Because I know like I grew up where there was just a lot of nigga this and nigga that and nigga and that bothers me now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't judge people who still use it or whatever, but it's like we're supposed to be bigger than that now. I get that we took a word that was negative and now we want to flip it and say now it's positive because we put an A on it. But the fact remains that that's not people's name. We all are born and we're given a name. So if you're not going to use a person's name, you should be using something more positive than a statement that was used derogatory for us. So I'm like, if I didn't dream bigger than that, I would be referring to my kids as little niggas, like I was referred to as a little nigga and all this. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But again, that bred me. And although it wasn't right, it did hearten me. And that's what, had roughneck joy. That's who I used to be because I was just a little nigga. So I never looked at myself as a queen or as a joy because I wasn't really joy. I was just a little nigga. Or the other word that I'm gonna choose not to use, the female dog. But life was rough, and that's why you gotta dream bigger. We have to dream bigger than what we were taught, than what we were given, than the limits that were set for us. I think that's huge. And I think there's a peaceful way to do it. Everything ain't gonna be peaceful. I'm not gonna say that. I am
Yeah.
not gonna pretend like everything is gonna be unicorns and rainbows and you get to turn the other cheek. I don't even believe MLK thought like that fully. You know what I mean? I think the point was to just be peaceful with one another, to be able to use your words. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That don't mean you're never gonna have an argument. That don't mean you're never gonna you're never gonna disagree.
Yeah.
But communication is huge. And if we was communicated with, we would have, they would have knew more about us in order to be able to appreciate us as a people and
Yeah.
not, you know what I mean?
Communication is key, and There was a long time where uh, people of color didn't have a voice, and I think that's what made Martin Luther King so popular. He kind of took it upon himself to be like, "Yo, like I'll be the voice of the voices," kind of thing. And we have Malcolm X, who, in theory, had the same ideology, right? Like he wanted the same things. He just had a different approach of how
That's
to
it.
get there.
That's it. Because some people got a no nonsense type of mentality, and others go about it with paper and protest, and they both were needed. You know what I mean? They both were, I don't know, they were necessary. They were necessary, and um, they left us with almost a guidebook to teach us how to get more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
True, it didn't end well for either party.
yeah,
But that's what happens when you go and fight for things and you use your voice and people don't like it. And that's why more people need to have a voice so it become normal. And it's not like, oh, they're rebelling. No, we all got something to say because we all got bigger dreams than what we see out here. Because I dream one day I can not fear for my son's life. Do you know how many times I've cried just because I have black boys and I'm
yeah,
scared every time? And we shouldn't have to live like that.
yeah.
But
You
it's
should have to, but it's the sad reality of the world we live in, and to act like that doesn't exist is kind of ignorant, you know.
yeah, absolutely. So I be over here and I'm just like, I got one son. It's both. I literally got MLK and Malcolm X in my house because one of them be like, he with it, and then the other one is like, yeah, no, I don't want to hurt the feelings. I don't want to. And I'm like, listen,
Is
sometimes,
your older one Malcolm X, and your younger one is like MLK? The other way around? What?
my
I
big
did not
bulky
see that
son
coming.
do not like. He's a real peaceful person. It's so weird. It's so weird, but
You would think it was the other way around.
yeah, the other one is a brain. And I think because he a brain and he's so tiny because he was a preemie, he like, yeah, I ain't taking it. I ain't playing with nobody because you think because I'm little.
That Chihuahua syndrome.
Yeah, literally. But now I guess I am proud to wear the same brand as legends like MLK and Malcolm X and Rosa Parks and all these people who left that stamp on, everything. Because without Malcolm X, you wouldn't want to fight for things. Without MLK, you wouldn't have a dream. And without Rosa Parks, you wouldn't have stubbornness.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, do you want to like leave behind a legacy?
I do.
Like part of your dream include that?
And that is absolutely part of my dream. I
Okay.
want to leave a legacy
What
of
kind of legacy do you want to leave behind?
empowerment, a legacy of inspiration and motivation and positivity and just fun. I want um I wouldn't necessarily say a building, but I want to be remembered for trying my best at everything I did and uplifting our stroke community. That's what I want to be known for.
Yeah. I saw this comedian actually. He said that he doesn't want to leave a legacy. He just wants to be enjoyed while he's here. And that really resonated with me. I was like, man, it's kind of deep when you think about it, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but if I was to leave a legacy, I think it's kind of the same thing. Like lead by example. Just always trying to motivate um, and bring positivity to this world because
Mhm.
we live in a dark time, and everybody's kind of masqueraded and covered up with the fact that we're at the highest point in technology, and we have so many advancements in life that we kind of still like are blind to the fact that we have racism, we have certain things, um, socioeconomic, what's the word? Stroke brain.
You good? Well, while he's
Like,
trying to think about it, what?
huh?
Go ahead. We good.
No, like, what the hell's the word? It's such an idea. Like, for the life of me, I can't think of it. It's been happening a lot lately. I'm like,
Are you
now I
taking
know
your
the mantra.
vitamins? You gotta
What?
take B. Gotta take vitamins. You taking your B vitamins?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a multivitamin that I take every day.
Okay. I used to take a multi plus the other stuff just because I felt like the multi didn't have enough of everything.
Oh, really?
That was just me though. I be extra with certain things like B vitamins. I use the liquid form, and one drop of that a day under my tongue or whatever. But I know the B vitamins is good for like your metabolism and your memory and stuff. That's what made me say that.
Yeah.
You thinking something right now.
I'm trying to think of that word. Low key, I'm like, what the hell was I trying to say? But it'll come to me. It'll come to me.
Right. But I know one thing. One of my biggest dreams is that I make successful kings. My kids, like
Yeah.
they were my greatest accomplishment. So of course my dream is bigger for them than it was for me because I raised them different. They have
Yeah.
a whole different lifestyle than what I had. So I dream big for them.
And you grew up in Chicago, and I can just imagine how crazy that was.
South side at that in the hood.
There's never like a South Side that's like good. Like every
you
South Side you ever heard of is bad.
you petty.
I,
I mean, there's kind of some facts to that though. I don't think nowhere where you go on the south side.
they're like, oh my god, you should go to the South Side. It's so great. Never.
No. And this is why I'm here. Because I dreamed of making it out the hood one day. And once I got here, I was like, oh, people speak to you and they ain't trying to do nothing to you. Oh, they help you for nothing. Oh, they care about the kids. Oh,
Well, in that area of Colorado you live in now, is it like a middle class kind of thing?
yeah, I guess it's a middle class type of thing.
Like lower middle?
Just middle class. Because I live around all people.
Okay.
Like my neighbors over here, Korean. And then one's across the street is Hispanic. Then over there, I got my Caucasians. Down the street, I got some more my people. So I'm literally around everything, which is
Yeah.
why I love it though, because I feel like I get to learn from everybody, which makes me dream even more. Because
Yeah.
I'm not secluded to one way of thinking and seeing the world. Now I see
Yeah.
that there are other ways we can do things and move. So I'm inspired to be bigger than what I was, or I'm inspired to be bigger than what I ever thought I could be. And that's why it's so important for me to advocate. I advocate for us all the time because it's not enough of that. You see, I hate to say it like that, but you see so much other stuff other than stroke.
Yeah.
When you think of stroke, they is comedians making jokes about us and all that kind of stuff. It's never nothing that's real positive or uplifting. So that's why we changing that. So I'm curious though, if anybody got some dreams, what y'all was dreaming? Did MLK make you change what your dreams were? Is there anything that is like, ooh, now I dream of this? I'm curious of the comments, y'all. Let us know what you're dreaming.
Because it's dry today. What's going on?
I don't know. Everybody dry. It's a Monday though. I don't know.
Don't say that. I don't want to live in a world where everybody's dry.
Facts. I'm the
And
furthest
that
from
can
dry
be
though.
taken in so many contexts.
You know what? You officially you. I'm a ban you. You are such a man right now.
Jeff was like, "You haven't been funny." I'm like, "I haven't been funny, but I'm still pretty fucking funny." Like, I
You
was
said
sad
funny.
for a little bit.
That's because your dreams was down at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No aspiration to do anything. It was kind of like I was like accepting like defeat in a way, you know.
Hmm.
And it's just not like me at all. Like even before strokes, like I was never like that. So it took me by surprise that I was like okay with that, you know, um, and me like communicating with others is so vital. Like when you kind of seclude yourself from the world, you get into this place where like you're okay with it after a while.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh yeah, it's just you.
Yeah.
I got happy. I was like, oh, never mind. I was like, but yeah,
Anyway.
like I think you settled into this idea of like it took it to be like, listen, you know, and I think a lot of people struggle with that. A lot of people, especially like survivors of stroke, um, you know, you have these like thoughts where you feel like you're inadequate and you
Yeah.
can't do certain things. So like you subscribe to the fact that your life is over. And I think when you change that mentality and allow yourself to dream again, because like when you also get to that place mentally, I think you stop dreaming a little bit.
Hmm.
You stop trying to reach,
Yep.
and you're okay with just like, oh, just whatever, you know. And when you allow yourself to dream again, that's when your creativity comes out.
Hmm.
Um, you learn to adapt to different things. Like I remember, I was like, uh, this was like a week after Christmas, and my niece and nephew came over,
Yeah.
and they got remember those Nerf footballs, like the whistle ones back in the day. So he got like my nephew got one of those, and I was like throwing it with him in front of my house is like a tennis court.
Okay.
So we were throwing it, and I was like losing balance, and I was like down. Obviously, I was like I can't even like play catch with my nephew, you know. Um, and so I learned to flip that on his head. Where I just came back from hanging out at my brother's this last week, and I can still like throw, right? I just gotta learn how to like adapt. So instead of standing up and throwing, let me sit down and throw. It's still the
Hmm.
same thing. We're still having a good time. And
Right.
my nephew wasn't like worried about it in the sense of like, oh, Theo Jr. can't stand up, so this is like
Right.
BS. He didn't care. He was just hanging out with his uncle.
Kids usually don't. It's usually
Yeah,
us in our own head and stop ourselves from
yeah,
achieving whatever we want to do because we're just psyching ourselves out of why we can't do something. So I'm glad that you just adapted because that's what life is. It's really about adaptation, the adaptation in everything we do. But
yeah,
that in order when you have dreams, you have to adapt because life will always happen. it will always throw that curveball. Like, I ain't being funny. I remember when I was like, I was asking God, like, just make me a better person. Like, I want to be better than who I used to be. Da da da. Next thing I know, I had a stroke. But I'm a better person. It
Yeah,
took it took something, but I'm still a better person. So now my dream has just adapted. The dream that I had of being a hairstylist, maybe now I'm sitting here thinking about it, and now I maybe just own a salon. Maybe I'll just
yeah,
do that instead. You know what I'm saying? But dreams don't have to stop. It's us who stop our dreams.
that's true. Yo, speaking of braids, you think you could do mine?
I got you.
If you could give me braids, you're
Look,
more
real
than
talk, I braided
you're
my
a
hair with
miracle
one
worker.
hand before.
What?
I said, real talk, I braided my hair once with one hand. It was
Oh,
only one
really?
braid, but
Yo, like shaving my head, like when it goes to like the back side of my left side,
hmm
is so hard for me to reach. So I usually like miss it. But like I got into the like habit adapting. I got into the habit of learning how to like apply pressure with my left. Hi
good morning,
James. Oh my god,
James.
we got comments.
Even after many years of dealing with my life after stroke, I
Yeah,
still miss who I was before.
it, that's okay. Like it's okay to miss who you were. Um, I think it becomes an issue when you get stuck there.
Right,
Like we all wish we could go back, right? We all wish we could do things differently. Well, that's our life. Life is about learning
right.
and adapting and moving on. Um, and that kind of goes to what we were talking about, like you know, letting yourself not learning how to adapt. You're kind of limiting your progression in life. You know, those people, like you said, kids normally don't care. Um, a lot of people don't really care. It's a lot of our own mental like fortitude and like the mental battle we're doing with ourselves that
Yeah,
we're
no.
exciting. Like, what do you mean no?
Yeah, no. Because there are some people that make you feel this way because they didn't teach. They wasn't taught not to stare. They wasn't taught that people are different, and when they different you shouldn't ridicule. Because my sons came to me plenty of times and said kids was making fun of him because his mama had a stroke. Stupid stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that for a little while messed with my psyche, but then I had to start talking to myself and reminding myself that the opinions of others don't affect who I am. So sometimes we're gonna run into ignorant people. That's just what it is. But it's literally all about us and our perceptions of ourselves. And like you said, get out your own head and stop focusing on that old person, because that's when things get bad. If
Yeah,
you focus more on what you can do and the great things that come from stroke. I mean, I get that physically it sucks. Like even mentally, it sucks.
yeah.
Start talking to myself. Yes, sir. Speak life into yourself. But what was I saying though before I said that?
Mentally and physically, but like stroke is exhausting, and like limiting yourself to think in that way, is a detriment to who you can be. Because
Yeah.
like I like to make it back on what you were saying. Um, I met some of the coolest people in the world. After having a stroke,
hmm
if I didn't have a stroke, I would never met you. You know, like let's be
Never.
real.
For real.
Um, I would have met Jeff. There's a lot of people I would have met that are like vital pieces of my life moving forward. Um, and in a way, like y'all replaced like those friends that left.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
I got better friends actually. The ones I was
Yeah.
glad they dismissed themselves because I got better people in my life now.
Mhm.
And you know, it inspires you. Like stroke. yeah, it's hard, and I'm 9 years in, like officially in August it'll be the official 9 years, and I do miss my hands and not being able to do. But again, that's the part I don't focus on. I focus on my drive now, like w- the energy that I give back to the world is so much more than it's ever been, and I've helped more people since stroke than I had in the 31 years before
Yeah,
stroke. So
that's
I
real.
mean, it's like it ain't gonna always be a win-win, but it's to me it's a win-win because it's about perception. If you perceived everything is bad, then that's exactly what it's gonna be. If you just wallowing in who you used to be, then yeah, it's gonna get depressing. It's gonna be miserable, and you're gonna find yourself going down a rabbit hole that you can't climb out of. So it's no point. It's better to highlight those things, those dreams, those goals, those ambitions, those go-to things, and celebrate those little victories because it is huge.
It is. And going back to like the topic, like dreams, celebrating like Martin Luther King, um, allowing yourself to dream is so like using a word that James just said, vital to who we are as people, and allow yourself to learn, like not only learning and to adapt, but learn from your previous. Like there's things I do now that I wouldn't even think to do in my past life. You know what I
Fact.
mean? Like so, uh, and positive, like the positive thing, please.
He said, I'm helping coach my 12-year-old son's travel basketball team 3 years after stroke. I never ever thought that I would be, wait a minute, I'm messing up. I would never thought that you've been doing that. That's what I'm assuming. I
Yeah.
never thought that I would be doing that, but inspired from you too. Hey, and our community to keep me going. I love you, James.
Thank you, James. I'm not gonna kiss you, but you know.
No, but that's what it's about, though. You know what I mean? Like he said, he never thought he'd be doing that. That is huge, because it's the things that you don't think you'd be doing, but if you dream it, you can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want it bad enough, it might not be 100% who or what it used to look like or any of that. Because I know, like when I go dancing, it looks bad, but I'll
Yeah.
be in there getting it like it don't matter. You know what I mean? It's
I've seen your TikTok, so you get it in.
huh? What?
I've seen your TikTok, so you get it in.
I be trying to do a little something. I be stroke twerking everywhere. So I'm trying to tell y'all,
I hate that word, stroke token.
that's my look. I got a song that I've been working on too. Y'all gonna
You got a song?
I do. I'm gonna make a video for it first before I air it.
Oh my
Because that's
god,
what
I
it's
can't wait
about.
for
I'm
this one.
showing people that despite this stroke, we can still get it. And it's fun. It puts a smile on not only my face when I'm doing it, but I'm sure the people who watching it be cracking up.
What is that? What is the doctor?
And one of the doctors in the emergency room is a fellow assistant coach, and I never thought I'd see that doc
That's
again.
crazy.
That's awesome, James. Congratulations. That made my soul happy. For real. That's awesome. See, I got a little tear in my eye. But for real, y'all. See, I dream. I dream of stroke twerk because I wanted to twerk.
What are we talking about?
I'm talking about dreams and everything.
We
The little
having such a good show, and now it's going down the shitter.
It's not. It's real. It's little things like I dreamed of washing my own dishes and I have to put them in the dishwasher. I can do that with one hand. It's little things that make you feel good about life that it encourages you to try other things and make you want to do more. And it's an uplifting thing. So don't be
And
judging.
I want to say this too.
What?
Like think of like who you were when you first had the stroke, right? And who you are now, and
Hmm.
see the progression that you made. when you feel like you're not enough or you're inadequate, think of that. Like a year ago, right? I was in a wheelchair. I could barely walk. I could barely talk. I could barely eat. I could use facilities on my own. Now I can do all those things. Like not perfectly, but I can do them.
It's perfect for you.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. James said the guy's last name is Lightfoot, and my wife and I thought that name was quite so unique that we would joke. And then a couple years later, we see him again. What?
Is he?
That's
He has to be Indian. Like what?
hey, that's the mayor name in Chicago.
They native Indian. That was.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
Any,
I'm sorry.
anyway, let's get back into
It got derailed when we started talking about Show Turk. I'm sorry.
no, but that was a dream for me. That was one of my own dreams. Don't you judge me. I wanted to be able to twerk again, and then when I realized only one side of that booty was getting it, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna call this that stroke twerk. This is real." So then I got this. Then there was this challenge. There was this booty challenge on Facebook, and somebody tagged me, and you challenged me. So I went and I did my little booty was moving too. And then that song came out, Little Booties Matter. Then I was like, ooh, that's my anthem.
I remember you trying to like put me on that song. And I was like, nah.
That's my jam. Cause I got a little booty. On one side, I'm getting back into my squats. It's getting back together. But
Yo, Joy, first of all, I don't stare at your butt, right? So I don't know you have a little booty or not. I don't know.
well, I'm telling you, I said in my jokes all the time that my black missed me in the back. It's just what it
It
is.
all went to your tits and you got rid of
It
them.
did. That's why I
So,
had a reduction because wasn't no
yeah.
trash in my can, but it was a lot in my balloons. It was
No
serious.
trash in my cans for a lot of my balloons.
No, I said I didn't have no trash in my can, but I had a lot in my balloons. James said
I like that.
my trash. My dream is never forget this new spirit I have. Yes, never forget. We love your new spirit. Miss Linda
Ooh, she,
says, I think that I had to shift gears and celebrate the things that I'm able to do. Looking back, I thought I'd be happy just to be able to walk up the stairs because I thought I would never be able to do that. So I'm grateful for the things for the things I
I
used
used
to
to
take
take
for
for
granted.
granted.
Yeah. I live alone and need very little help. I'm just awkward. Girl, we all awkward.
Yeah.
We are all awkward, but that's why we do this so we can be awkward together. So we hope you to see you at our support group on Friday night. You can be awkward with us. But Linda, what is one of your other dreams? James told us his dream.
Yeah.
I love it too, and that's a great dream.
That is a good dream. Like
One,
celebrating excuse me,
huh?
celebrating who we are now. It's definitely a good dream to have. Um I want to say for the majority of stroke survivors come out of it like better human beings than they were before. I believe
Mm-hmm.
so. You gotta laugh. Yep,
That's it.
absolutely.
About it all, because
Oh,
we
cheap plug. If you guys want to laugh, join us on Wednesday at 6 o'clock Eastern for Strokes of Humor.
like the way you threw that in there. Yeet.
I do.
No, but real talk, he ain't lying, y'all. We on Strokes of Humor every Wednesday. We getting back into season 2. So if you want some laughs and they raunchy, we don't have no filter, y'all. You know how Stroke is. Like I think anybody who been through a brain injury curse a lot and have to control themselves sometimes. So if you about that life, join us. But I want you to talk. I want you to dream big. Dream of seeing us Wednesday and Friday. No, but no, I want you to dream for your life. I want you to dream for not just for your life, but for the people around you. Because that energy is infectious, and when they see you dreaming and going for something bigger, you inspire others to go for something bigger. So that's huge. I encourage that. And like MLK said, in a peaceful way. But when I say peace, I'm not talking about out here in the streets. I'm talking about inner peace, because people can't dream if they don't have inner peace. When
Yeah.
you flustered inside, you flustered in here. So
Yep.
you can't dream. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get to some inner peace in order to have a dream for yourself and to set some real goals to be able to accomplish, because you won't give up on yourself. That's the goal, is to not give up on yourself and to dream big. Ain't nobody gonna dream for your life but you. So we gotta dream.
Facts.
We gotta
Yep.
fight for the things that we dream. And let nothing come in the way of those dreams. Just sometimes your dreams got to be altered, or you got to go around. You know what I'm saying? But they not over, because as long as there's breath in your body, you get to have a dream.
Yeah.
And then you got to advocate for yourself. Ain't nobody gonna fight for you like you. If you know your doctor not necessarily the best doctor, get a new doctor. If you feel like the medicine they giving you ain't the medicine for you, talk to the doctor and get some
Oh,
new
thank you,
medicine.
Linda.
You guys are awesome. Love to see how you encourage me. You really be struggling, girl. I love it. You have no idea. Comments like that
Well,
is what keep us doing
I'll
this.
kiss you, Linda. It's fine.
Comments like that, though, guys, we truly appreciate, because it's what
Yeah.
motivates us to keep doing what we're doing, and it inspires us, because even the inspirers need to be inspired to keep
Yeah.
inspiring. So, hey, I like that, but that's real. We really do
Yeah.
need it.
Like, I don't think you guys really understand how much of like needs to be done behind the scenes to make the show possible. And we don't get paid for it. We do this out of the kindness of our heart. So when we see comments like that, it kind of like reinvigorates our like drive and like, oh, we are like, we're making a difference to either one person. Yeah, that's all that matters.
Even one person. I don't care if it's one person. That's all that matters to me. If we will make one person feel like, number one, they're not alone, and there's somebody just like them who understands what they're going through, and to not give up and to just dream to live your life the best way you can. I feel like we winning. Like, that means so much. So
Yeah.
please keep putting up comments and keep letting us know what you think, what you want, what you feel, like all that, because the only way to get better at doing shows like this is to get feedback from our audience. And we do it for you. That's why it matters. So we care what you think and what you feel. And that's why today we're asking about your dreams, because we want to know if we've inspired you to dream bigger than what's in front of you. Dreams go way past what you can see.
And all jokes aside, like doing this show for me kind of like reinvigorates to me. Like I want to like better myself at the end of the day, because like I could tell a million other people, oh, you should do this, you should do that, but who am I if I'm not doing those things myself?
Right.
So it's kind of like we help each other out, right? So um thank you guys for the comments and like always showing up, and your support means the world to us. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
What he said, what he said. Plus, even more, um, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to all of you for your comments and all. Hold on, we got Miss Maggie. I ain't seen you in a minute, Maggie. Hey, girl. Hey.
Thanks.
Oh, I missed the first part. Got to figure out how to wind it. Great content on MLK Day. We had a big dream, and dreams are the first step. Oh, Junior, you're so right. I love
I
Maggie.
know.
Don't be petty. I know.
I talked to my inner Han Solo, you know?
Oh man, I'm grateful to be able to have dreams though, but I want you to dream bigger than what you can see. I want you to even small dreams. If you got a dream of being like me and stroke twerking, not for real. But if you got a dream of washing your dishes or doing your laundry, or you can start with small things if you don't feel like if you like me, of like the old me who didn't really feel like I had a dream, so I never dreamed of anything. So now start small. Start with tiny little things, and your dreams will get bigger and bigger because you'll start to see what you are capable of.
Yep.
There's
A
nothing that
little progress ends up to big results.
facts. And that's what it's all about, taking the tiny little steps at a time. Things don't come overnight. You know what I mean? Even you achieving your dreams or your goals or whatever it is that you want. Like this peace that we want, it ain't gonna come overnight.
Yeah.
We gotta keep doing what's necessary to get to it. And unfortunately, a lot of us haven't been doing our part because everybody is so selfish. We live in a selfish world, and I'm sad by that. But that's why I said one of my dreams is to be the change I want to see.
Yeah.
I can't move like everybody else if I want different. And since I want different for my babies, hopefully my energy will feel the next person's energy, and it'll just be like a continuation of us fueling each other's fires with positivity and goodness, and knowing that ain't no dream we can't accomplish if we work together to achieve it. That's how I feel
Yeah.
about it. Because everybody needs somebody.
Very well said. Very well said.
Hey. But we got a good 4 minutes left. You want to leave them with something?
I do. Again, thank you guys for always watching and always supporting. It means the world to us. And through the ups and downs, remember, stay strong and stay positive. I know that's harder to do than said, or harder said than not, whatever. But you get what I'm saying. Always push forward, never push backwards, and be a better version of you every single day. If you don't get to do what you want to do today, it's okay. You got tomorrow. So just try to be a better people, and the world will be a better place. Oh.
Facts. Facts, facts, facts. I would want I hold on, I don't want to leave with nothing yet except this. I've seen this in both of you, little at a time. I'll be visiting you guys again. Have a beautiful day.
Oh, thank you,
Thank you,
Linda.
honey. We appreciate you, Sugarfoot. I promise you, with everything in us. But with that all being said, I'm encouraging you guys to stop through and check out Strokes of Humor on Wednesday. And then I'm also encouraging you to sign up for our support groups on Friday. They are free, they are private, they are safe. There's no judgment, and you do not have to be a stroke survivor to come to a support group. We all
Yeah.
need support. So feel free to join us at any time. And before I go, I'm going to also recommend you check out my book, because if you want to
Oh,
know kind of how Strengthen You was born and why it's important, then that book will tell you enough to know where the foundation come from. And that is my first short story, many more to come. So it is called Fight Lives in the Heart of a Survivor, because that's where your fight is. Just like your dreams is in your heart. You got to believe in you. And you truly got to just try little steps to get you where you want to be. And it's those little things that you what's the word I'm trying to say? Celebrate. Yeah. Those are the things you celebrate, and it slowly starts to feed your spirit, and then you get encouraged and you like, "Ooh, I can. I will. I can." You start speaking those things into yourself. So please, please, please speak life into you. Those affirmations are huge. And the world ain't gonna always be nice. So you gotta be nice to you. And as my brother pointed out earlier about himself, he don't give himself grace. So I'm gonna remind all of you, even him, to give yourself some grace. Allow yourself time, Be patient with yourself. And sometimes we are our biggest critics. Stop. Like, we got enough of the world to critique us. We don't have to
Yeah.
do it to ourselves. So be patient. Know that you're loved. You're blessed by the best. And until next time, honeys, put that crown on. Put the light, the lantern inside that crown and turn the light up. Positivity is all through your body. Anything negative, bouncing back because you ain't accepting none of that. Strength lives in you to push through. Never give in to giving up. Know that you're worth it. You're loved and you're appreciated and valued. Thank you so much, honeys. We love you.
Bye.